Hey guys, it's Rachel at Mr. Nola's Glitter. Today I want to show you how I have been making my double-sided epoxy ornaments. So a lot of you had questions like how did I get each side to be different. So I wanted to show you, and I wanted to make some Christmas ornaments with you. It's never too early to plan for the holidays. I know most of you guys do a lot of craft shows and stuff in the fall, so this is going to be perfect for that. I love that these ornaments, the holes are big enough to put a ribbon through. They're very lightweight, so they're not going to weigh down your tree, and you can pretty much personalize them on site if you want to. So I have my epoxy mixing, and I wanted to go over a few things, some supplies that I'm going to use, and then we'll jump in and we'll create some Christmas ornaments. All right, I'm going to turn you down. All right, so here we go. So some of the supplies that I use when I do this is I use these little condiment cups. They're 2 ounces each, and I do this because when we do this double-sided ornaments like this, so one side is one color and the other side is another color. So how I do this is I mix a little bit at a time and mix it with the glitter, and I pour it directly in the mold, and then I go back and mix another color and mix it on top. So that's why I use these little condiment cups. So you can get these pretty much anywhere. I get them at the Dollar Tree, but you probably can get them cheaper if you go to Sam's, and you can get like a big box of them. So it's also good for putting Mod Podge in it and stuff, and they usually come with like little lids. So they're just like little condiment cups. Then I take my popsicle sticks, because I try to be frugal, and I cut them in half, because you don't really need a big popsicle stick to stir the little bit of epoxy, so one stick goes a long way. I will be using our picker tool, our jewel picker tool that we have on our website, because if you see, and let's see, you can probably see in this one better. So you see how these have like the little snowflakes in there? I'll use the picker tool to place these down in there, and I'll show you how to use the tool for that. And then I'll just be using a selection of Mr. Nola's glitter. You can find everything on our website that I'm using today. After the video is done, I'll link it below, and if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. So with that, I'll just show you a little bit of these, and then we'll get started. So this set that you see at the bottom, this is the ornament set, the hanging ornament. So if you notice in the molds, they have this little nubby thing that sticks up. So whenever you take your piece of resin or epoxy after it's settled, cured out, you're gonna have the little hole so you can put your little hanger or your ribbon through it. I like that on these molds it sticks up just a little bit higher than the mold itself, so there's no way to, so sometimes you accidentally cover this up with too much epoxy, so this sticks out a little bit higher than the mold, so there's no chance to do that. So these come out very clean. These are shiny molds, so both sides are shiny, if you can see that, and then this side. So one side this was the side that was in the mold, and this was the side that was outside of the mold. So both of them are shiny. There's nothing else to do. They're beautiful. This is another double-sided one, as you can see. If you can see right there. So there's a lighter blue glitter and a darker blue glitter. This one is a double-sided one as well. So this one has a gold Christmas mix. There we go. A gold Christmas mix on one side, and then some red glitter on the other side. This one, of course, is my favorite, because Pride Dots, my favorite glitter ever, is the rainbow dots. Let's see if it's going to pick it up. I don't know. Is it going to... Come on, focus, focus, focus. There we go. So this is the rainbow dots on one side, and then Southern Belle on the other side. So if you wanted to personalize these, you would just use a lighter glitter on the other side, and then you could use your Cricut or Silhouette and then put your initials, or you can put little digits on it, or whatever you want to do. I did this one. This one's Halloween, because, look how fun that is. Look at the little pumpkins. They kind of look like they're lighting up, huh? With the Halloween glitter on the back side. This I used our faux sprinkles in. So if you have, this kind of looks like a cookie to me. So it kind of looks like a cookie cutter. So I thought that's cute, right? All right, so I think my epoxy is mixed up enough, so we're gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna go ahead and move my finished pieces out of the way because I don't want to mess them up at all. So I'm gonna move these out. Our Christmas trees are gonna be very pretty this year. All right. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my picker tool. So I have some ideas that I used last time. So we're just gonna go ahead. I had some different. So I think we're gonna go with the circle first. So I had my epoxy mixing in my little epoxy mixer on the side. So if you notice, it's crystal clear. There's very few bubbles. When I do castings, I like to let the mixer mix the epoxy because it's more patient than I am. I just don't, I don't have the patience for it. So I'm going to line up my cups out. I have some ideas what I want to do. So then I'm going to take me a popsicle stick and I am going to take each glitter that I want on the bottom and I'm going to spoon a little bit of it into my cup. So this is Roosevelt. It's a beautiful winter mix. You don't need a whole lot, like that's probably too much. 2 little scoops. This one is very pretty. It's got diamonds and snowflakes and a lot of blue in it. So it's called the Roosevelt. All right. So that's going to be one of mine. Let's see. I'm going to use Fulton's, which is one of our other Christmas mixes. So it's got a lot of plums and blues and iridescence in it. I love this one. So I'm going to put 2 little scoops here. All right. Then I'm going to use Earth Odyssey. So this is kind of very snowy and sparkly. So I'm going to use this one. This looks like crushed snow, crushed ice. All right, and let's see. Then I will do one more for now. I'm going to use our new Christmas one that we got in yesterday. It's called Garden Gate, and it is green and red diamonds with a silver holographic tinsel. So I'm going to put 2 little shakes of that in there. All right. So I have all of my, so this is going to be 4 bases, okay? Let me move these out of the way a little bit. So I'm going to take my mixed epoxy and I'm just going to pour a little bit. I'm going to pour about 1 ounce. So these little condiment cups are 2 ounces each. So I'm going to fill them up about halfway. That's going to give us a nice base. A little bit more, a little bit less, it doesn't matter because it's going to fill the bottom and then you're just going to fill the rest up with the other color. All right. So I'm going to take my cut popsicle sticks, mix this up. I use Faux Rizzle epoxy and I really like that it's thicker because to me it's a lot easier to work with when it's thicker. It's a personal preference. Look how beautiful that is. That looks like snow. All right, so that one is Earth Odyssey. This is Fulton's, which is one of my favorites. Look at that. It's like purple and iridescent. So pretty. Oh, that popsicle stick broke in half and half. So I have like little popsicle chopsticks. All right. This is the Roosevelt. Oh, this one is so pretty. This was last year's Christmas custom mix that I made, and it's so pretty. It's just like liquid beautifulness. Look at that. All right, and then this one is Garden Gate. I love holographic glitter. You get so much sparkle from holographic glitter. And I'm starting to really like to mixing sizes and different cuts together because you really get really good results. Okay, so the first one I'm going to, all right, so I'm going to do a white. I'm going to do a circle. So my tip is when you're going to use a shape on the bottom, say like, let's see. So like this. So if you see I have some snowflakes in there, and then I have a glitter, and then I have another glitter on the back. So I'm going to take some of these white snowflakes. I'm going to put a couple in my lid because you don't really need that much. My tip is instead of placing them directly in here, take just a little bit of epoxy, just a tad, and then you want to rub it all in the bottom. So that way there's no bubbles under your shaped glitter that you're going to lay down. All you need is a teeny tiny bit, and then you just wipe your finger off like that. I'm going to take my picking tool. I'm going to use it. Look how easy it is to pick up these. Look, guys. So this is what it is. It's got a little sticky thing at the end. I just want to pick up one at a time, and look how simple that is. So I'm just going to lay these down randomly on here. I love using the picking tool with the shapes because no one really just dumps their shapes onto their cups. You really want to place them so you have more control. And this little tool is $5 and it's worth its weight. It's perfect for this. It's perfect for putting shaped glitter onto tumblers. So look how easy that was. So I have perfectly placed all of my little snowflakes in the bottom of that. Easy breezy. All right, so then I'm going to take Fulton's. So I knew I wanted white under here because I used the purple ones last time and it was really too dark. So I think that you're really going to be able to see the white snowflakes in this. So I will take this. I will scrape it all out. There you go. That's your one layer. So now that you have that, I'm going to put this to the side. We're going to go back to that and work with that in a little bit, but I'm moving on. So that's going to sit up, and you don't have to worry about that for a few minutes. All right, so then the next one, I think I'm going to do this star. I like the star. It has a center cut out of it. So this one I'm going to use the Roosevelt. So I'm just going to pour this down in here. Now, if you noticed, the star has like these points. So anytime I'm doing a mold, I always go really slow, and then I take my stick and make sure to drag all the epoxy to the corners, because if you're not really careful, if you fill it up like super mega fast, you're gonna get an air pocket there. You're gonna get a bubble, and when you take your mold out tomorrow, you're going to be sad because there's a void there. So just take your time and take your popsicle stick and make sure you get on all the cracks and crevices, and then you can just go ahead and pour the rest. This one's one of the small ones, so this will probably be just one color. This is probably the smallest out of them, is the one with the star with the cutout on it, but it's super pretty. It reminds me of a cookie. So I'm just going to scrape all of this out. And I think that was perfect. I think it's perfect. Don't need anything else. So I'm going to put this to the side, and I'm going to show you how we're going to get rid of the bubbles and how I want you guys to clean up your molds so you'll have perfect castings when you pop them out. I'll take this paper towel and wipe this stick off a little bit. So if you ever get epoxy around the rims of your molds, just take your popsicle stick and scrape it off. So that way when you demold this, you're not going to have any cleanup to do. It's going to be a perfect demolding. Okay? So I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to move this one over here. So the next one we're going to do, we'll do Earth Odyssey. We're going to do it in the square. So I am going to take, let's see, I'm going to do some Santa drivers in this one. So I'm going to take a little drop of epoxy like I did before, just a touch. I'm going to rub it all into my mold down here. So that way there's no voids when you put down your shapes when you're hand placing them. This is called Santa drivers. These are like little gold reindeer. I like to just put a couple in my lid. And then you move that to the side and use your picking tool. And you're going to hand place these. So this is going to be reversed, so I want them to go the other way, I think. I think this will be pretty. Maybe with a little initial in the center of this one, maybe. So let's see. There you go. So that'll be pretty. So you can put like a little initial with your Cricut with a little piece of vinyl. All right. So I'm gonna close that up. Put those to the side. I'm going to pour this in there. I think this is going to be really pretty. You'll be able to see those reindeer really, really good on the back side of this. So just make sure it's slow and steady. All right. That's beautiful. Oh, this glitter is pretty. It looks like fresh fallen snow. And that's coming from someone that doesn't see snow a lot, but it's beautiful. All right, then we'll put that to the side. We're going to use this one next, the little ornament shaped chits thing, and just another little swirl of this one. This one was Garden Gate. This was our new glitter that we just got in. So I'm going to pour that in there. So if you notice, none of these besides that star is filled up. So I'm going to show you how I go back and just put another color on the other side. So if you have like a super colorful glitter like this one, you could go back and put a solid color on the back side. So if you want to put a decal or something on it, you'll be able to see the decal really well. All right, so I just want to make sure I'm getting all up in that down there. All down in the cracks and crevices. Done. All right, so this is where you want to take your torch. No, nope, nope, nope. We are not going to use torches on our silicone molds because the torch gets very hot and you will ruin your molds. Ask me how I know. Womp, womp, womp. I want to show you guys. I used the torch. It heated it up too much, and look, I ruined my coaster mold. So that's why we're not going to use the torch. I know this, but I still continue to do it anyways. I don't know why. So I'm just going to take my barbecue lighter. I got it at the Dollar Tree, and I go over the surface of my ornament this one time. It doesn't get hot enough to melt your mold, so you're good. You're popping all the bubbles. I do that for every one, even if it's layered, because the longer it sits, the longer the bubbles are going to rise to the top, because that's what it does. That's what epoxy does, okay? And I will do this one. When you do this, you're popping all those bubbles, and you're going to get a really clear casting of your ornament, okay? So just real quick, you can't see those micro bubbles, but I can see them popping all over, so I'm happy. All right, so there you go. Now, let's see what else we're gonna do. Oh, I thought I was gonna do this. Okay, so let's use the faux snow. I'm gonna do another one on here. So I'm going to, what am I going to use? I'm going to use, looking. I'm going to use French Quarter Ice because it's like a really pretty, fine, iridescent white that has like lots of gold shimmers in it. So I'm going to use that on the that side. And I'm going to use these blue snowflakes. Look, they look like they're lighting up. I love them so much. Put those in my lid. I'm going to take a little drop of epoxy and prime my mold so that make sure there's like a green. Okay, got it. Prime my mold. So as you see, there's a little bit of epoxy down there, so my snowflakes will stick perfectly and I won't have to worry about it. I got my picking tool and I'm going to place my snowflakes one by one on this mold. Oops, there we go. So anytime you're using your picking tool, if you use it so much that it's not picking up, all you have to do is rub it on like a pair of blue jeans and it will come right back to life. The sticky part will come right back together. There's two of them in there. This might be pretty. And of course, you don't have to hand place these if you don't want to. I just think that they look prettier that way. And I don't know. I just like it. Okay. So I'm going to put that lid on there. Forgot to go ahead. This one we're good. So I'm going to pour a little bit more of epoxy in here to mix this one. All right. This French Quarter ice has been one of my favorite glitters for a long time. It is a 0.015, so it's not chunky, but it's got so many different, let's see if you can see that. It almost glows. Do you see that? There's like so much gold and silver in it. It's so pretty under epoxy. All right, so I'm gonna pour that into my mold here. We're gonna put some blue on the back side of this to match those. All right. All right. I'm going to make sure it spreads all where I want it to go. So it makes it one nice layer all around my little thingy-ma-doodle-ma-dauber. All right. Perfect. All right, so we have this one. I'm gonna back with a dark purple. This I'm gonna back with maybe a gold. This I'm gonna back with a red. This I think I'm gonna back with the blue. So next we're going to do, which one haven't we done? We haven't done this heart. All right, so I think I'm going to do this heart with some puppy paw prints. So this is our critter prints, and it's rainbow, of course. So I am going to use one of the colors over here. So I really like super, super blingy. So I'm going to use Southern Belle on the back side. I'm going to use Southern Belle on this. So I'm going to put a little bit of Southern Belle in my cup here. Southern Belle is like diamonds. It is like crushed, mirrored, beautiful diamonds. It's a mixed glitter. It has all kinds of cuts in it, every size, and it packs a punch when you put it under epoxy. So I'm going to mix a little bit of this. And I really like this because it picks up pretty much every color that you use it on. So I have a little bit of epoxy on my finger again. So I'm just going to prime my mold a little bit. Just again, so my my chunky glitter, my pieces stick together. They'll stick onto the mold and they won't move around when I pour the first layer on them. Okay. So look how pretty that Southern Belle is. I love mixing like the white, the really shiny, sparkly whites with a big old pop of color. So I'm going to take my critter prints. I'm going to pull some in the lid. So this could be a puppy. This could be a puppy ornament or a kitty ornament. So it's just critters. It's like any critters that you want, and these are rainbow, and we all know how much I love rainbow. So this could be like your little kitty cat ornament for the year. You can maybe put his picture on it, her picture. Let's see what colors those are. I need like a green, a blue, purple, yellow, maybe yellow. I think that's cute. Look how cute that's gonna be. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Like little puppy paw prints or kitty paw prints. I think they're kitty paw prints because I'm a kitty lover. I have a kitty baby. All right, so then we are going to put this layer down here. Ooh, that's gonna be super pretty. So the fun part will be picking all the colors to put in there. So any kind of colors will match on the back of these. All right, so that's that layer. All right, and then we have one more layer, and then I have to mix some more epoxy. So let's see. We did the circles, we did the hearts, we did the star. We need a full regular star. All right, so the next one we're gonna do is let's use, so this is one of our other Christmas mixes. It's called Celebration in the Oaks. This is a super fun mix. It has stars and dots and fine glitter of silver, green, and red holographic. And y'all remember I love holographic glitter. It is my favorite. So I will make sure this is over here. This is over here. Make sure this is all out of my way. I don't want to cross-contaminate those beautiful whites with some of this colored glitter stuff until I was ready. All right, so this one we're just going to use just as it is. There's so much pretty in here. So much. All right. Oh, there's something in my mold. All right, got that out of there. So I'm just pouring it in. Scrape out all of that. Nothing goes to waste. Every drop will go in here. And then I will make sure that it goes around the top here, because this is where, if you're going to have a problem, it's going to be at the top around this thing. So it's nice. We can just tap it down. And there you go. And then I will take my handy dandy lighter again, and I'm going to repop all the other bubbles that came back up on the molds that we have already poured. So this will be the last time I have to do it on these. Well, why is this not giving me a fit? Oops. Let me grab another one. Never fear, I have a backup. All right. Much better. And I will make sure all the bubbles are popped, so that way we have super, super, super clear ornaments. All right. That's the last one here. And then this one, we haven't popped any bubbles yet. And then we'll do the same thing with this. Beautiful. One bubble there. There we go. All right. All right. So I think we have enough to do another one. So let's see. what do we want to do now? I thought about making a Saints one, so let's see if we can do that. So I have, I think we'll do that. So I have Friday Night Lights, which are the football shapes. I have the fleur-de-lis, somewhere. I wasn't going to do this, but here we go. Black and gold. All right. So I have our fleur-de-lis shapes here, and then I have our footballs. So let's do a little Saints one. All right. So I'm gonna take my mold, a little bit of drop of here, and I'm gonna prime it up because I'm gonna put all of those little shapes. I'm gonna put a lot of shapes down here at the bottom of this one. So this will be my Saints ornament for this year. All right, so I have my gold fleur-de-lis, which I only need a couple. I have the black fleur-de-lis. And then I have Friday Night Lights, which is the gold footballs, which I have a couple already in the lid, which is fine. And then I have the black footballs, which are Friday Night Lights, black. So a couple of those. That's all we need. So I have my picking tool, and we're going to place some of these. So we have my circle mold here. All right. So that looks good. We're just going to randomly place these little footballs. And the fleur-de-lis in here. You can do whatever football team that you like the best. I love my Saints. So this will be fun. Let's see down here. Some gold footballs. Love this picking tool too. It is super easy to pick up these little things. All right, that looks pretty, huh? Wait, one more. What color should I put it there? Let's see. I think it needs a gold. Bam. All right, so let me put my lids back on them before I spill them, because I will spill it. All right, and on the footballs. And the other footballs, where did I put them? Over here. All right, so now you see this is what we got here. So I think, I don't know, maybe I want to put a little bit of white on it, and then I'll maybe make it really thin, and we'll do black and gold. So we'll do just a touch of white, and then we'll do this one 3 layers. How about that? So that's just a touch of white, which that'll bring us to a pausing point here, which we're going to use French Quarter Ice again because it has that gold in it, and it's going to really look good with that. So you'll be able to see those chunky glitters, those shapes that I used on the back side of that. So my epoxy is getting pretty thick, so it's time to make a next batch so we can finish these up. Okay, so I'm going to pour this in here. This is going to be a super thin layer because we're going to try to do 3 layers on this. So the next layer we're going to do black, and the next one we'll do gold. So this was just a teeny tiny bit, so I'm just going to have to make sure to move it, help it move over to where it needs to go. Make sure it gets all the way to the sides and fill up all the way in that bottom here. So when we do the next layers, it's going to look really cool. All right. Make sure to get around the top portion where your little dingy doggy thing is, your little thingamadiddle. All right. All right. There we go. All right. And I'm going to pause you guys for a second. I'm going to mix some more epoxy and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we are back. So we are going to finish now. So I want to hit this one more time to get those last little bubbles. So now this is set up for about 15 or 20 minutes, not very long. It's ready to take the next layer. So I have my epoxy mix over here. So we will go ahead and build up on our next layers now. Alrighty. So super clear. Besides that chunk of something, I don't know what that is, but we're just gonna keep on. All right, so this was the last one we were working on, the Saints one. So I decided I was gonna take some black and gold dots, and that's what I'm gonna put on the back side of this. So then this was the rainbow critter prints, so I'm gonna put Pride on the back of that. Hello. So I'm going to go ahead and start laying out all of that glitter so we can put our next layer in. Anybody that knows me knows this is my favorite glitter in the entire world. It is rainbow dots. It is the most beautifulest glitter ever made, if I do say so myself. It is my favorite ever. That is why my jar is always the fullest of that. This one is our black DIY dots and gold DIY dots. So I made my own Saints mix. That's the good thing about the DIY dots. You can mix whatever colors together that you want. All right, so we got this here, this here, this here. On the back of this one, we are going to put our newest Christmas mix, Revlon, can't say it right, I'm sorry. It is super pretty. It's gold holographic shapes and dots and holographic red and green hexes. It's a fine and a chunky mix together. It's got Christmas trees and stars and everything else you can imagine. So that's going to go there. All right. Then the back side of this one, we're going to use Boiling Mad, which is our most popular red glitter. It's not holographic, but it is the most truest red that we have, and it is our biggest seller in the red category. So I'm just going to put a couple scoops of that in there. All right, so that's what we're going to put on the back of that one. On the back of this one that we use Fulton's, I'm going to use Purple Haze because it has some purple in there, so I really want to bring out that purple. So I'm going to put a couple scoops, 1, 2 of Purple Haze. Alright, so that one's going there, and then this one was the blue, and I'm going to use House of Blues on the back of that one. I like to match. I think it's fun to pick out the colors, do the front side, and then you find corresponding colors, or you can even do opposite colors if you want to. So you can have, that's way too much. I talk and I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm taking a couple scoops out. So you can have double-sided ornaments if you want to. All right, so there we go. So that's going to go here. So now we have all of that lined out. So I'm just going to take my epoxy. A few more cups over there. After we get these done, we're gonna pour these so we can unmold these tomorrow. All right, so my epoxy is mixed, so I'm just going to add a little bit because you don't need a lot, remember, because we've already done one layer. So we're just finishing that out. This one needs a little bit bigger because I thought I was going to do 3 layers in that, but we didn't. This one is the bigger one. This is that square So there's that. Pride. Oh, my favorite glitter. That one didn't need a lot. Oops. This one doesn't need a whole bunch because it was pretty full. Oh, I forgot the green for that. So this is Purple Haze for the back side of that circle. And let me get one more cup, and this is Boogaloo, which is our other Christmas color. It is the green. This is my go-to green when I use green for Mardi Gras or Christmas. It is Boogaloo all the way. So much where I think that was a wrong lid on that. All right, and so that one will go here. All right, perfect. I have my sticks over here. So we're just gonna mix and go. So this is the first one. This is going to be the back of my Saints ornament. I mixed the black and the gold DIY dots. Created my own dot mix for my Saints ornament, and I just pour it directly on top of that layer. So that first layer is already starting to harden, so it's not going to mix around. It's not going to mix up. And it's going to lay, when it cures, it's going to lay, and it's going to cure in layers. So you're going to look like you have a layered ornament. That's how you get the two colors. It's super simple. So I just want to make sure everything, I'll come back and heat that up, get rid of those bubbles, but we're moving on. All right, so this was the one that I had the Santa drivers on, the little reindeer. This might need just a tad bit more of epoxy, just a scooch. All right. I'm gonna pour that right on top of that. Make sure to scrape every last drop out of that. We don't want to waste anything. So, we don't want to waste a thing. And then I will just take my little helper here and make sure that it's all over the back. So when this cures, it will look like we have a double-sided ornament instead of like, I don't know, a melted mess. All right, so making sure it goes all the way to the edges. Don't worry about messing it up. We're gonna go back and clean up your sides so you have a really clean cast, but I just wanna make sure that gold is all over the back side of that. Check. This is House of Blues, which is blue and purple, and I think it's going to be a perfect match to those snowflakes that are on the other side of this one. So I'll go ahead and pour this in here. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. So pretty, so pretty. All right. And again, I'm just using my stick to make sure I get it all in the corners so it's all even, Steven. And once we get rid of those bubbles, I'm going to clean up the edges. No worries, okay? No worries. This one is, you know, my favorite. There's just something about Pride and epoxy that just makes me a happy camper. Look at those colors. Look at that. It's just so much. It is my favorite. Favorite. Pouring this right on the back side of that Southern Belle with those critter prints on the front. So that'll be a good little match. Those little rainbow critter prints. I am making sure all of that goes all the way to the ends. Perfection. Next, we have Boogaloo. There's something satisfying mixing glitter into epoxy for some reason to me. I just love it. I know that's not how you make cups, and it's not how you do it when you do tumblers, but when you mix epoxy and glitter together, it just something so satisfying for me. So I'm going to add this on the back side of Garden Gate. I think that's going to be a perfect match. I might have a little bit too much, so we might have to pour the front side of something else. Taking my popsicle stick, making sure I get down into the pointy parts down there, because I don't want to unmold this tomorrow and be like, womp womp, there's a void. And it'll still be pretty, but you can definitely tell. All right, so I do have some left over here, so I'm gonna put this to the side because I'm gonna probably put that in something else. Now we have boiling mud. Oh, that needs a little bit more epoxy because that is dry. That's like mixing a cake and you forgot to put the eggs in. It was really dry. All right, so and taking my little popsicle stick, making sure it goes all the way down to those points. Just helping it do its job. It's got to get where it's going. Sometimes we all need a little help to get us where we're going. All right. So, all right. Don't worry. Don't freak out. I see y'all freaking out because I covered that up. Don't freak out. I'm going to fix it. See? Fixed it. No freaking out allowed. It's going to be perfect. We're going to go back and clean the sides up. And purple haze for the back side of that Fulton's. Ooh, look at this. Look how beautiful this is. What? Look at that. Oh, so pretty. I think that's the best purple glitter I've ever seen. Like, if it had a smell, it would smell like grape bubble yum. I just know it would. All right. Taking my little popsicle stick, moving it all around so I have a nice even coat on the back side of that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so let me wipe my hands really quick. And then I got my lighter. So we're going to do it again. We're going to pop these bubbles because I don't know if you can see that, but there's a lot of bubbles. You're just going to take your little barbecue lighter, warm it up, and pop those bubbles. We don't want bubbles. No more bubbles. And voila. No more bubbles. All right. I'm going to do that to the rest of them. No bubbles make a very beautiful, clear, shiny cast. Okay, done with that one. All right, all those bubbles, bubbles be gone, bubbles be gone. All right, and here. Bye, bubbles. Over here on this one, I already know this one's going to be my favorite because, you know, rainbows. All right, bubbles be gone. Over here on my saints, I need all you bubbles to be gone again. Bubbles be gone. Which one? Oh, don't forget this one. Purple haze. Bubbles be gone. Bye, Bubbles. All right. All right, guys, that is it. These will be ready to unmold in the morning. I'm going to upload this video, and then tomorrow morning I will post pictures in our Facebook group of how they came out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this afternoon. I know this ran a little bit late, longer than it normally does, but it's a process. But I wanted you guys to know that it's super easy. You can do it. It's just mixing. The hardest part is trying to figure out what glitters match with what glitters, or what glitter you want to go with. If you have all these glitters, it's hard to pick which ones you like. So please do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on this video if you liked it. If you want to see some more videos, check out our channel and make sure to subscribe. And if you want to come check out some of our products that we offer, come check us out at mrnolasglitter.com. So if you have any questions or anything that you want to add, just shoot me a message or leave me a comment below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope you learned something. Can't wait to see what you create. Bye.